For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
Philippine News Canada is brought to you by Rayford Media Group.
Hello mga kabayan! Narito na ang pinalawak at pinalakas na coverage ng Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver Nationwide, mga pangunahing balitang nakalap ng aming news team para sa linggong ito. Mula dito sa Surrey, nagbabalita, ako po si Rosette Correa at ito ang Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver.
Magandang araw mga kababayan, very special guest for this evening sa ating talakayan with a very dynamic organizer of theater and film in the Philippines. They have a very special event and he's going to tell us all about it. Mga kababayan, let's welcome Ferds Balanag. Hi Ferds, how are you?
Hi, Seth. Thank you
How's the
very much for having me on your show.
Oh my goodness, it's actually our pleasure. It's wonderful that my friend got in touch with me and said, "Hey, why don't you promote this event on your show?" And I said, "Of course we will. We're global. We're nationwide here in Canada. So welcome to Canada." And what's the temperature there in Baguio today?
Right now, it's about 15, 16 degrees. And it's quite warm for Baguio City.
Oh, 15 degrees is warm for Baguio.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Naiingit lang kami. we had a negative for this morning, -4, and this weekend.
Freezing.
So yes. So naiingit kami dyan sa 15 degrees ninyo. Yan ang aming yan ang aming spring temperature. So Ferds, I'm excited. Tell us about the event, the film festival that you're organizing for Baguio.
Okay. Our event's title is the Montañosa Film Festival. This will be the second time that we're staging this festival here in Baguio City. And it's not just for Baguio City, but for the entire region, the Cordillera region, and the rest of the nation as well. Since in its second staging, we've opened up participation to filmmakers from outside of the Cordilleras, like Manila and Mindanao. And in this staging, we've invited filmmakers from Mindanao to join us in the festival, which will happen on March 19 to 27, by the way.
Oh, wow. So you mentioned that this is just a second year?
Yes, just the second year.
Okay.
Last year was a successful staging, and we thought we might as well do another one and probably make it an annual event.
Fantastic. That sounds really good. Marami tayong mga artists and filmmakers dyan sa Philippines that are very talented, really, and they really need a venue for their art, for their craft. So itong Monsanto festival na to, this is a showcase of the work of the filmmakers in the Cordillera region originally, you said.
Yeah, well, not just filmmakers from the Cordillera region. We have 3 categories of films in competition for this staging. One would be the short narrative films competition. Second would be the short documentary films competition. And then in addition to these 2 categories this year is the mobile films competition.
Mobile films.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that. What are mobile films?
Mobile films are films created using your cell phone or an Osmo, smaller cameras, things that fit in the pocket. And these are edited into short films, following the same process of developing a story and shooting and coming up with an output.
Ako po si Claudia Fernando, ang nagsulat at nagdirect ng Round Trip to Happiness. Yung pelikula ay tungkol sa dalawang magkababata na unang beses palang masusubukang gumamit ng Google Maps. Dito magagawa nila lahat ng gusto pero hindi magawa ngayong pandemya. Tulad ng paglakbay, pag-uwi sa probinsya o di kaya pagbisita sa dagat. At sa paglalakbay nila, maririnig rin natin yung mga sentimiento at ideals nila para sa Pilipinas. Sa pelikulang to, gusto kong talakayin yung madaming layers na pumipigil sa atin bilang bayan na makamit yung kasiyahan.
So this year, how many participants did you have last year and how many participants do you have this year?
Well, last year, we only had one category of films in competition. Merged dito yung documentary and narrative. So we only had 10, but we had 43 people apply.
Wow.
And out of the 43 filmmakers, we narrowed it down to 10 finalists, from which yung grand prize winners natin came from. Yeah, this year we had around 80 film entries, and out of the 80, we picked 22 filmmakers na in the finalists. As finalists.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
and our finalists, are they professionals? Are they graduates of a school, or they're still in school? Can you give us a little bit of a cross section of what our filmmakers are doing?
Mobile films. We opened this to Cordillera filmmakers only. So they should be residents of the Cordillera region and open to all ages. Now, for us, for the narrative and documentary, they should be at least in college or are graduates of college. Yeah.
Selangay ka nung mga liiring sunak ka. Selangay ka nung purgatorio.
Baka kasakasi yung mandala din.
Ako yan. Bagbagak lang na. Ano daw?
Kanayon daytat, kanayon mo ngay bagbaga.
Apay kasi kanti makaungan.
Okay, and then so no pros in this contest.
No pros in this section of the festival. We have other sections also. We have the Luz Biminda films. These are films contributed by the Film Development Council of the Philippines and the National Commission on Culture and the Arts. And so we have we're premiering a lot of new films never been shown in Baguio City and the Cordillera. Some of them not even shown in the Philippines. But most of the films that we're showing they were required to have scenes of Baguio City in their films. So they should have used Baguio City or the Cordilleras as a location of at least a sequence in their films. That because our agenda on film tourism as a tool to aid in the recovery of our tourism industry is like one of our major agendas in doing this film festival.
Mhm.
We're spending 130 million a year just to attend to this waste.
Pag nag-increase ang population, mag-increase ang generation. Pag wala yung pupuntahan ng mga basura, magkakaproblema at magkakaproblema.
It's quite amazing that this garbage entails so many facets of the dynamics of society. It involves health, wellness, even politics.
All of us have our role in the management of our solid waste. Kung isa-isa tayo, we do our part, it will make a big difference.
Oh, and speaking of which, how was the tourism industry during the last 2 years in Baguio? We all know that Baguio is a go-to place for everybody. It's like lahat ng tao dyan pupunta. So, what was it like in the last 2 years?
Well, with all the lockdowns and due to the restrictions brought about by the pandemic, we were very strict about entry of tourists to Baguio City. We've developed an app that monitors entry and exit of people to the city, and there are guidelines that needed to be followed. So with the strict guidelines, we only had a limited few people that were able to enter Baguio. But in the recent months, while everyone is getting vaccinated already and the cases have declined, we've opened up to tourism, but in limited numbers still.
So, how did you come up with the concept for the Monsanto? Kasi alam naman
It's
natin.
Montañosa, by the way.
Sorry.
Montañosa.
Montañosa. Yes. Montañosa. Yeah. How did you come up with the concept of the entire event? Alam naman mga Pilipino mahilig manood ng sine, but it's yung mga short films, we're still a little bit ignorant sometimes, for lack of a better word. Hindi pa tayo sanay, sa mga short films, although Netflix has shown us a lot of Tagalog films here or in any part of the world, and so how did you come up with the concept for the Montañosa?
Well, it all started with the Creative Baguio City Council. I being a member and the head of the sector on audiovisual media of this council created by the government. Well, we had to come up with events in order to fulfill our commitments to UNESCO. After UNESCO declared Baguio City as a creative city, so we're part of the Creative Cities Network of UNESCO.
Oh,
and we always thought, me as an artist, truly believe that art is actually a vaccine for the soul. So that's why we decided to pursue doing events even at the height of the pandemic. But of course, coming up with new methods of staging things, more careful, safe and secure, so that we don't contribute to the rise in COVID cases. And so we designed the festival in such a way last year that most of the screenings are done outside and under the stars. So last year we set up a drive-in cinema at the Luacan Airport, which hasn't been active for several years now, and it turned out to be a huge success, and people appreciated the event so much because finally they were able to go out of their houses, have an event, a live performance, and it was a luxury to be able to get out of our houses during the first staging of the Montañosa Film Festival.
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.
Ako po si Adrian Trinidad. Ako po ang film director ng Plague Dancer. Mahal ko ang pagsusulat, tsaka mahal ko ang paggawa ng pelikula. Siguro nga unconscious dream ko ito. Kasi nung bata pa ako, naglalaro ako ng tao-tao, tapos nasisiyahan ako pag binibigyan ko sila ng buhay. Nagsimula ako sa short narrative, sa mga short films, at documentary. Nagsimula ako sa budget films hanggang sa mapasama ako sa ibang productions as assistant director, as production staff. Ang film na ito ay tungkol sa isang contemporary dancer na nawalan ng trabaho na sakto pumutok yung pandemya. Dito kasi sa film na to, makikita yung struggle ng mga nawalan ng trabaho. Particularly dito sa entertainment industry. Makikita kasi dito yung desperation hanggang sa inspiration ng character. So, from drama, ginawan ko siya ng horror na timpla para maipakita yung buong takot ng karakter. Yung buong lalim ng kanyang kinatatakutan para sa huli makita nating lahat kung paano natin haharapin yung horror na yun. Sana po magustuhan nyo ang film na ito. Muli, ako po si Adrian Trinidad, ang writer-director ng pelikulang Plague Dancer. Official entry for Montañosa Film Festival 2022.
And I'm sure everybody's excited really to go out and, whatever is the offering for any particular day or week, pupuntahan ng mga tao yan, sigurado.
Oo. Oo. Although, syempre, we had to control, no? We had,
Yes.
everyone had to pre-register. We'd have a triage on site to make sure that before they enter, they're checked, no, by the City Health Services Office to make sure that the event is safe.
Mm-hmm.
And ayun, naging successful yung event. Wala naman naging setbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oo. So we found out na possible pala to do events pa rin kahit may pandemic. Oo.
Right. Yeah, we just have to get creative, diba? And since
Correct.
you're a bunch of creative people anyway, so there you go.
That's
a
right.
very good combination. So, because this has now grown into a bigger event than last year's event. How are our sponsorships? Do you do get sponsorships and funding, of course, from the government?
Well, our co-presenters, the Tourism Promotions Board, they're a huge supporter of this event. The Department of Tourism. We have the National Commission on Culture and the Arts, the Cultural Center of the Philippines, and of course, the Film Development Council of the Philippines. Together with our local sponsors like Grand Sierra Pines Hotel and a few other hotels that are also our screening venues. We weren't able to get corporate sponsorship. It's so difficult to get support right now. Everyone's like going through a tough time, so we understand that. But we're able to make ends meet, and we're able to find ways to make the event happen without sacrificing its quality.
Absolutely. Is there somewhere down the pipeline a plan to bring this festival or to bring filmmakers from outside of the Philippines? Because alam mo, in the last 2 years of the Vancouver International Film Festival here, the I think 2 years ago we had one of the short film. Actually, the short film winner was a Filipina Canadian.
Mhm.
Who won for her short film. And then last year there was another Filipino Canadian who also won for short film. And
Mm.
so there, you know what, nag-overspill ang creativity mula Pilipinas kahit saan makarating, di ba? Very creative. And
Ang Pinoy.
so
Oo. Yan ang Pinoy.
absolutely.
Hello, humans from Earth. I'm Jaime Morados from space. I'm a filmmaker and I'm a film student from mid-college. Some of my work includes Amo Salang Tatlong Magkakapatid, I Will Die For You, and Brutasyo and the Bomb. I've been making films ever since I was 9 years old after I watched the film Jose Rizal by Marilu Diaz-Abaya. I remember after watching that film, I really thought to myself that the world is pretty messed up, and I asked myself, what am I gonna do about it? And so growing up, I really questioned a lot. I questioned a lot about, the world and basically everything around me. And it was pretty good because I wanted to find answers to those questions or create the answers through the way that got me to ask them in the first place. So that was making films. Every time I made a film, it always started with all of the writings, all of the screenplays I've made, it always started with a question I had for the world. Here in this fantastical, satirical, romantic comedy, Agahio the Dreamer, my question was, what if stars were just like humans? They look like us, they feel the same things, or they're still exploring those emotions. What if they were in space and selling space in space? So para silang real estate agency. And then born out of this was Agahio, a star who works in the galactic real estate agency who falls in love with a human woman he saw during work but is held back because of the galactic rules. So in the space narrative, everything we find so beautiful about the galaxy, I'm basically destroying that and putting it along with all of the toxic traits about capitalism and where true, authentic, fresh, new love finds its way through all of that. Wow, deep. I'm really excited to be part of this unique festival, to meet new filmmakers, to see their films, and just really have a great time here. Don't forget to catch my film Agahio the Dreamer, along with all of the other films in Montañosa Film Festival this 2022.
And so is there like I said, is there somewhere in the future where you will be opening the contest or the competition or maybe adjudication even to filmmakers from outside of the Philippines?
Definitely. I think that's all part of our future plans. But in the meantime, we've added a new section in our section and feature in our film festival, and that's the participation of ASEAN filmmakers.
Mhm.
So we have a section for ASEAN filmmakers. Actually, the Montañosa Film Festival is open to Filipinos by birth, by blood, and they don't even have to, be residing in the Philippines. So as long as they can prove that they have like Filipino blood in them, then
Oh, fantastic. That's good to hear because I'm sure there are a lot of, especially with the categories you have,
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of Filipinos anywhere in the world would be interested to join a competition or, an event such as this. We know for sure that a lot of young people, even those who were born here in Canada, are now looking at their roots. So marami tayong mga anak ng mga kababayan na kahit na dito pinanganak yung mga anak nila, yung mga anak nila mismo, they're curious about our culture. And so even if hindi sila nakakauwi dyan sa atin, marami silang tanong, nagkakaroon sila ng curiosity about our culture. So
hold on.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. My dog just gave birth right here in front of me.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will end this chat now. Oh
my God. I'll need to tend to this puppy first. I'm so sorry.
Yes,
This
no
was so
problem.
unexpected.
Ayan mga kababayan, first on PNC Balitang Vancouver, the birth of birds, puppies. Ayan, sige. We'll catch you later first. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And we'll catch you later.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rosette.
Okay, bye.
Oh, God. Okay, bye.
Good morning! Excited na ako ngayong araw na ito.
O, paano yan? Mamaya na ako. Mamamalingki pa ako eh. O, sakto. May discount na yan. Opo. O.
Salamat po.
Sige. Mahal! Gising na. Umaga na. Daisy! Daisy!
Nagpapasalamat po kami sa aming sponsor ang 88 Supermarket na may 2 branches sa Killarney Market at sa Victoria Drive. Maraming salamat po. At dito na naman nagtatapos ang balita namin para sa linggong ito. Kung kayo may mga komento, mga issue o balitang nais niyong ibahagi sa aming programa, ang PNC ay bukas para sa inyong lahat. Mag-email lamang po sa balitangvancouver@gmail.com o tumawag sa 604-588-6397. Nagbabalita mula sa Surrey, ako po si Rosette Correa. At ito, ang Philippine News Canada, Balitang Vancouver.
For Filipino and other products from Asia, as well as fresh fruits and vegetables, poultry, meats, and seafood, come and visit 88 Supermarket with branches at 4801 Victoria Drive and its new location at 2611 East 49th Avenue in Vancouver.